new growth. New growth. So you've got lots of it, and it's difficult to deal with. I feel that. It's hard to comb, it won't lay down, it might even itch, and I bet you anything's getting on your nerves. Many long-term transitioners can lose heart here when the new growth starts to come in, and you basically don't know what to do with it, and at the point at which you're still trying to comb your hair. So here are a couple of tips for that period. First of all, stop combing your hair when it's dry. I mean stop. Remember, if you remember early on, I said the way that you care for your natural hair is different from the way you care for your relaxed hair. And one of the things natural gals can do is they can take a comb and just fly it through their hair, right? Well, as a natural, chemical-free person, as a chemical-free woman, you really can't do that because your hair doesn't really want you to. And grooming of chemical-free hair or natural hair is just very different. And you have to learn to accept that and really be prepared to abide by it. So I don't comb my hair. I just don't. The only time I comb my hair is when I've completed a shampoo and I've got conditioner in my hair, and that's when I comb it. That's the only time a comb sees my hair, is when I have wet hair loaded with conditioner. And I'm typically only detangling, and then after that, it's in a style that it's going to be in for a couple of days. I just don't mess around with a comb. As a matter of fact, my comb, the comb that I have is sitting upstairs, probably gathering dust because I just don't use it in the way that I used to when I had relaxed hair. So I hope I'm catching you before you get too far into your transition that you're still attempting to drag a comb through your new growth. I'm going to say it again, that your hair is very delicate, and that line of demarcation, the point where your relaxed hair meets your natural hair, is weak. So not disturbing the hair is very, very important. Probably the most important thing that you can do in your transition. Besides, the meeting point is it also represents your new ends. So think about that. The line of demarcation is weak, but that point where your natural hair meets your relaxed hair is also the end of your new growth. So the last thing you want to do is jack up your ends. It's just something to think about. Your goal should be to ensure that the ends of your natural hair will be strong and not split or ripped or broken. So just keep that in mind. My next tip. So you might be asking, well, if I'm not combing my hair, what am I doing? I think the idea here is to reduce the amount of manipulation that your hair experiences in your transition. So the idea is to leave it alone as much as possible. And so while I don't comb my dry hair, I absolutely do groom it. That's important. That's an important distinction to make, because I don't want you all to think that I go around not taking care of my head. So you do have to groom it. Re-wetting your hair in the grooming process allows it to be manipulatable, so that even though hair is weakest when it's wet, for curly hair such as ours, it's important that it is wet in order to be able to move it around, to sculpt it, shape it, comb it, all that kind of stuff. And the only reason that I would comb my hair is actually to smooth it down. That's for me an important aspect of my grooming, is to be able to make sure that, I think this looks all right. And that's after it being tied down and stuff. It's pretty cool. And later I'll take these out and show you what my hair looks like, but I just wanted to show you how I do what I do. So finding styles that will allow your hair to be still for days at a time are key. That doesn't always have to be braids. Certainly could be twists, and for me, bunning was perfect for that, because my hair was relatively long. It was about here, and my hair seemed to like it, and it was easy for me. And I washed it frequently so that it was just easy for me. So I brush my hair with a boar's bristle brush to smooth the areas of my hair, back, front, sides, as I style my hair and as whatever it is I'm trying to do dictates. Natural hair is different from relaxed hair in many, many ways. One way is this. Natural hair tends to catch on things, snagging on clothing, turtlenecks, sweaters, woolen hats, etc., depending if you live in the Northeast, or on cotton if you're living in warmer climates. The struggle that most women have with our type of hair is not that the hair won't grow, because we know it grows, and we can tell that because we have to go to the beautician to get touch-ups all the time, so that's proving that it's growing. The issue really is retaining the length that we aspire to attain. So for good growth, we should wear our hair in styles that allow the ends to be tucked in. So I tend to wear my hair up more than I wear it down. That's not to say that I don't wear it down, but I tend to wear it up and tucked in more, and the amount of growth that I've been experiencing has been phenomenal. And roll the ends to mask the two textures. That's key, especially when you have, see, right now I have more natural hair than I have relaxed hair, but in the moments when I had more relaxed hair than natural hair, I was doing this to help mask it, and for me it really does, it curls quickly. I don't use paper. I probably should or could, but I don't. And really the idea is just to get it to curl. Can you see that? Just to get it to curl so that it's not entirely straight, because the relaxed hair tends to be stringy, and you don't want that. And I'm not doing it any special way. There's no fancy technique here. Just up, and I tend to try to do it so that vertically as opposed to horizontally. So that's so important. It's I think it's one of the keys to good healthy hair, good growth, length retention, all of that. It's important. So moisturizing the hair is the most important thing that you can do during the transition. Both internally and externally. So you need to be not only putting water in your hair on a daily basis, but you really also need to be drinking water. Now, I like water and drink a lot of water anyway, and what I did when I started my transition, I actually increased the amount of water that I was drinking. It made for a lot of bathroom trips.